Hey, a couple of things I need to go over about this quiz with you, and two things to get from this video is one, I'm going to talk about hard coding, and two, I'm going to talk about what to do when you have this next lab, number three, when you have one project and you're going to be adding multiple C++ file. Okay, so first of all, a lot of you are questioning what is hard coding with it. In chapter two, in your reading, I talk about allocating memory during my lecture with it, what not to do with it. So you gave it a memory. The entire purpose of programming is about memory management. You are basically managing a limited amount of memory that's out there provided for you. So you can't be all giving everything a large size with it because you don't have that calculation with it. Number two is you need to do something with that memory, some sort of calculation, and output it to the screen with it. So that's my intention for this quiz with it. You got to demonstrate this. This is what the output looks like. I gave you a screen output for this thing. So as you go through this thing, let me explain what this is. All right, there's nothing new. I'm reading exactly what's off of the quiz with it. So I asked you to actually basically prompt the user for 5 exams. So first of all, let me show you what is hard coding looks like. All right. So I created a project here, and this is the project. I call it Quiz One. What I'm going to I'm going to add in an existing file. I've already created this file to save us some time with this thing. I'm going to add in what's called Quiz One underscore HC, and you're going to see in this quiz. Here it is. I add an existing file in this thing. Can y'all see that? So in here, let me see if I can actually maximize this, zoom in this for you a little bigger so you can see what I'm talking about. In here, what you need to do is to look at when I say what not to do. So what not to do is basically is to go in and have something that's all output to the screen with this thing. So let me crank up this font so it's 20. So this is an example of what not to do, hard coding. You got your basic skeleton in this thing. You notice everything I have here is a C out statement. I don't care if you went in and you gave, this is a C out. Of course, when I compile this thing, it should stop right here, right? The next thing is it needs to read in. So everything I have here is a C out. This is hard coding. Watch, I'm going to compile this thing, Control F5. It's going to compile. This is exactly what I have onto this what I gave you. But there's nothing about allocating memory, do something with that memory stored in some sort of memory allocation and output to the screen. There's nothing in here about that. All you've done is you just hard coded everything that's a C out statement onto the screen. Now, so that's exactly what not to do. This is hard coding. I don't care if you want to call this thing, you want to give this an allocation of exam 1 as a double and you assign it to a score. That's hard coding. And then you output the score, some sort of calculation to the screen. That's hard coding. Now, at the same time, this relates to your next lab, is lab number 2. Each project can only have one int main. There's only one front door, one main function. So when you compile, you cannot have 2 int main. It's like walking up to a house that has 2 front door. You can't do that. So what you need to do is go right mouse click on it. This is for lab number 3. Come down and you select exclude from project. Do not just exclude. The file is still there. Right mouse click on your project name. Project name in my case is quiz 1. I'm going to come back. I'm going to add existing item. Well, excuse me. Right mouse click, existing item, add existing item. I've already created quiz 1 underscore correct. Now, open that up, which is this. This is how you should need to do. Again, let me talk about this is about memory management. I gave this why is memory management important? Because it's about precision. Let me tell you how important this is. How would you like it if I gave this as a int, which is a size of a what? 4 byte. A double is 8 byte. Correct? In your reading. Chapter 2. Now, when you look at the precision, don't you want me to round off your exams or your money to the proper 100th position when I round off? So the purpose of data type is precision, all right? That's the purpose of that. You got to give it the right data type. If I gave this as an int, guess what? What is an 69.99 as an int? It will cut off this decimal and we'll take it as a 69. What is it as a double? Well, it's going to round off, if I wanted to round off as what? As a 70. So precision is very important on data type with it. That's why we do what we do. Allocation of memory. Prompt the user, read in the information, which is the same variable as what you have here. You're going to output this thing to confirm what they input. You do something to that memory with this formula that you have. And you assign from the right side equal to the left side. That's in your reading that I talked to you about in lecture about the right side equal to the left side anytime you use an equal sign. All these variables have been declared up here as allocated with it, and then you just output the display. So if I compile this thing, at this time, so I enter in my score value, whatever those score values are, I should get the same output versus something that's hard coding. Read exactly what I have displayed for you, okay? So I don't have, this is the quiz, and if you look at the quiz, just kick back in. Bruno Mars. Can't stop Bruno. Okay. Okay. So if you look at the instructions that I gave you, you know, I'm prompting the user. I type in these numbers in here. This is what I'm typing in. After I hit enter, the compiler should give me the same output for this thing. Look at number 7. What not to do. Please do not hard code anything that's a cout statement or this is unacceptable and I will be given a 0 for this thing. Look at the 25 points breakdown for this thing. All right? That's exactly what I broken down these points to look at. All right. I'm running out of time, so I have to stop this thing.